I wanna suicide spike him. That'd be fun. Kamikaze.
That was definitely bullshit.
How long is this?
That was definitely full shit.
Yeah, that was 100%. Alright, it's time for the Chrome guide to actually start this time. Chrome is one of the best, and I apologize already. Okay, let's get this out of the way. I will say Chrome by mistake way too many times. God damn it. I'll say Chrome too many times. It was a meme, and I can't stop. It's bad. So Chrome is one of the absolute best characters according to both me and Zero and many others. He's a character that a lot of people are playing. I saw Tweak won a tournament with him. I know Mr. R is looking into him. Like, he's just a character that everyone's looking to play. And I thought it would be really interesting since there's already a bunch of Inkling guides out. We could take a look at this character that's ridiculously strong, easy to play, while still having huge flaws. And I think he's one of the most fun and most entertaining top tiers to both play with and against. He does have one really stupid thing though, which we'll get into. Right, so first off, Chrome's a sword character. He's an echo of Roy, but he doesn't quite play like Roy as much as you'd think. The central question is always going to be, why pick Chrome over Roy, right? And the reason why is because Roy has the weak spot. If you hit the very tipper with Roy, he gets a weak hit. I'll just show you real quick. So basically, in really high level Smash, you want to space at the very, very tipper of your moves most of the time. And the fact that Roy's, while not terrible, like his moves don't become terrible when they hit tipper, are significantly worse at the very tip, actually is a really big deal. I still think Roy is incredibly good, and he can do some things that Chrome can't, along with a better recovery. But I do think that his general moves and his general attacks are a little bit worse. Okay, so next up, what's so good about Chrome? Not just why he's better than Roy, but what's so good about both these characters. We can take a quick look at Kurgan Hammer for the frame data, but let's just say that this character is really fucking fast and really fucking hard hitting. He will dash at you super quickly and he will hit you like a truck. Straight up, you have Chrome here, initial dash value at 2.2, really close to even Sonic, who's like one of the absolute fastest one. A little bit slower than Sirius Samus, but not significant. Weight, Chrome's decently heavy. He's middleweight, but he's not light. And he is a little bit heavier than Marth. Chrome falls really fast, which is always good. And he has a big speed increase when he does fast fall. So he can change how he moves a lot by using fast fall. And then this is the thing that really puts him over the top compared to, say, Ike and Marth. The airspeed is ridiculous. He's almost as fast as Yoshi, who's the fastest in the air. And if we want to find Marth, we have to scroll all the way down to 39. Significantly faster than Marth and Lucina, and even Ike. And that's actually a really big deal. When such a big deal of your character is to place moves at the right spot, so you outrange your opponents, being able to space and move in exactly the way you want to be, exactly where you want to be at all times, is just really, really important. Much more important than than it is at low level. This means that because of Roy's excellent short hop and his fast fall, he can just output aerials so quickly. It doesn't even look like melee. I mean, it looks faster than Marth does in melee by far, just because of his incredible short hop and fast fall. Almost all of his aerials have little to no lag. Nair has 9, Fair has 8, Bear has 10, Upper has 8, Dare has 14. It's a huge deal because it means that late Fair to jab will beat shield grab on shield. So not only is he a character with a lot of outspacing power, because of his fast fall speed and because of his quick aerial landing lag, he can actually play safely against shield grab, which is a big problem for Marth likes in almost every game, that they have to hit shields far away. Shield is one of the best options against them. But Roy and Chrome, they don't really care about that. They just go in. And you can usually dash away. You can do Nair to spot dodge against grab. You have a lot of excellent options, and also cross them up and so on. Let's go through his specials, right? That's another good way to like kind of start off this before we go more in depth about which aerial does what. So he has the neutral B. The neutral B is okay. You can use it away bounce. Most of the time though, I would use it as an edge guard because Chrom can't really go and fair too low. The good thing about it is that you can almost instantly cancel it. It also seems to have a pretty good hitbox below. So you can kind of use it like that. It's not too useful of a move. If chat, you guys have any suggestions on how to use the move, please let me know. Because I haven't found too much use for it, but it's still a solid move to use sometimes to change your momentum. Especially with how fast his airspeed is. Next up we have counter. His counter is alright. It's nothing too special, but I think it's decently quick, pretty strong, but not a move you'll use too often unless you have a hard read on when your opponents can attack. It can be used as edge guard for certain recoveries though. If you fully charge his neutral beat, yeah, you will insta kill people. This is basically only viable when you shield break someone, which I actually did in a match. I will kill even at 0. I'll just delete them. Okay, next up we have side B. Side B is a really good tool. You can use this to whiff punish things, and you can use this even out of initial dash. So one of the big problems in Ultimate, right, is that once you start dashing, you need to finish it before you can get an attack cat, which can make it hard to accurately space against some moves. However, with side B, you can decide exactly how much you want to move before you attack. And it's just really fast. You can kind of decide if you want to do the full follow-up. Downward one does the most damage, and I think is a little bit more safe on shield. Upward one gives the best juggle. You can usually try to juggle them with an up tilt after. And forward is the best at killing, especially by the edge. So it's a really good tool to use to punish your opponent if he does a smash by the edge or when he's getting up from the edge. You can also use this away bounce, but it's not too useful for this. But I'm sure there's stuff you can do with it. Oh, you can do this as well. So Chrom can actually fair and then jump. And he can also, so to skip the landing lag, he can do fair and then side B. Because you start the side B in the air. Right, his up B. His up B, we'll go into the broken usage of the move. It's actually one of the best up Bs in the game in a funny way. It is one of his biggest problems at the same time though. It is very short. If you recover from here, you will not make it. He has some startup super armor, but other than that, you really want to avoid being too far off stage with Chrom. If you generally the safest way is to sweet spot it like this. So it's a bit harder to hit like this, but you need to mix it up because if you always do the same way, it can be pretty trivial for them to hit you out of it. And once you're hit out of it, you're pretty toast. His recovery is actually better than many people realize though. Because of the buffs to air dodge to the edge, for example, as well as his great airspeed. Once he actually gets going, he can really well dodge moves, and he can fast fall under them. So like, let's say a Marth is jumping out to try to hit you, can just quickly fast fall under him, steer away, and then up B under. So while you will get game with Chrom, absolutely, he's not as free off stage as you might believe. And he certainly makes up for it in on-stage power. Let's go to the ground moves first. His ground moves are really good. I think his down tilt is okay. It's really fast. It's your fastest option out of jab, and it's a good poke. However, you don't slide when you do running. So I think while it's good, I think it should be mostly used as a occasional poke to mix up with your other ones, because the other ones generally have a bigger reward and aren't that much unsafe, aren't that much less safe. You can use it to 2-frame, but again, since the reward isn't too good, I would use F2 for that too. Next I have his jab. His jab is incredible. It will combo to a lot of things. Down tilt's the first thing you would generally do. Once you get into start getting into medium percents, you get side B. It can be a little bit hard to hit all of it sometimes, but sometimes you have to do that, like a walk up. And even if it don't true combo, you can do stuff like this. Since they're expecting the side B, for example, you can go for a grab instead and get a combo out of that. Once you get to higher percent, you get jab F tilt, which is ridiculously strong. And you also can sometimes get jab F smash, which will outright kill most characters. Especially if you hit it in the later parts of the jab, you have a bit more time to do it. So this, say this percent, it can work. It is DI dependent though, so you'll have to learn how to confirm it. But sometimes you will just read them air dodge and you will kill them anyway. You can also do jab to fair and jab to nair at a lot of percents, which is a really good like combo starter. And you can just get them off stage and one more hit will kill. So yeah, jab is definitely one of the best moves. And again, as I said, you can use it after fair. Let's check how fast it is actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's a 5-frame jab, which means that his late fair is not minus a lot at all. Okay, next we have up tilt. Up tilt's okay. It's definitely not the best move or anything. It can kill at really high percents. You can get some combos out of it, I believe, if you hit the late parts, but generally it's just something that you do to set up for juggles and to poke through platforms with. With how good upper is, I would generally default to upper or jab if you want to set up though, but it's definitely a decent option. Okay, so next up we have perhaps his best ground move, which is his F tilt. This F tilt is ridiculous. If you do it at anything past absolute point blank, it will push you so far away, even on shield, that they won't be able to shield grab it, and it's not much minus at all. Let's see how fast it is, just for reference. Oh no, that was F smash. I thought I was doing F smash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's 8. That's really fast considering the range. This also hits low enough to hit people at the edge, and you can actually 2-frame with it as well. Well, couldn't show there, but and with the running sliding F tilt, you can check out my movement video if you don't know how to do this. You can really approach quickly with it, and it hits so far, and then you're just one hit away from killing them all the time. It's an excellent ledge trap tool because of the fact that it does hit at the edge and just sends it off really far. We start killing at like stupid low percents, like maybe 100 on many characters, especially with rage. Yeah, it's just a really good tool. It's really good poke. Whether or not you use the sliding one can also be used as a mix-up. It's really hard to whiff punish. Great poke. Okay, so let's go into his aerials next. Downer is a pretty standard spike. I haven't really mastered on how to use the actual spike hitbox. I think it's at the hilt of it, much like Roy. Like, imagine where Roy should have his spike, right? It shouldn't be at the tip, or it should be at the hilt. So is where it seems to be. It's like decently fast. You can use it as an out of shield option if they're behind you, and you are able to combo out of it a lot of the time, or at least set up for a good juggle. It is your laggiest aerial, however, so be wary of that fact. And obviously off stage, it can be good to hit people as they're jumping to the edge, or just as a like hard read spike hitbox. Yeah, definitely a move I need to look more into exactly how I should use it. Next up we have Nair. Nair is a really good tool. It will both put out an early hitbox and a late hitbox. So compared to fair or back air, you can put out a more lasting hitbox, and usually the first hit will almost always combo into the second one. It's also safe on shield, so you kind of have to mix up what you do after. But yeah, dash dancing or foxtrotting into Nair, or run up F tilt or run up dash attack is just really good. Oh, before I forget, his dash attack is okay. I generally wouldn't use it much except against people where you know it's like a true punish, because it does do a lot of damage, and it does kill sometimes. But I wouldn't really use it too much. It's not the most useful move once you've mastered running, sliding, F tilt, and run jab, and as well as side B. But yeah, Nair single hit can also combo this stuff, which is one of his best traits. Whereas Roy's like single hit Nair into F tilt would both send him a bit higher, I believe, and because of the F smash having a weak hitbox at the very tip, it will usually not kill. It will just send them away. It's one of the best kill confirms in the game, in my opinion. It's just really good, and it will kill at basically any percent above 80, 90, and even lower at some percents. But yeah, Nair is a really good tool, especially if you think they're jumping. It's a little bit weaker against short characters. Against short characters, you want to use it more in standing, so that they get hit by the second hit once they're trying to run in. Next up is Fair. Fair's an excellent tool. It doesn't do too much damage, so it's 9. It's a bit lower than Chrom's average, but it will come with a lot of things. It will set up edge guards. It's your best move on shield generally. It's just an excellent combo starter tool, and you can usually string several fairs together as well. This one's a bit hard. Oh yeah, it's usually the go-to follow-up like that after a Nair, rather than going too many Nairs, because it can be a bit hard to follow up after Nair in the air. It's also one of your fastest aerials, so you can jump and then see what your opponent's doing, then decide if you want to fast fall, if you want to air dodge, or if you want to come down with a fair. I would also use this move the most out of full jump, whereas Nair can be a bit hard to use at a full jump. Fair covers a bigger arc, and just be sure that you use it a bit earlier than you think, because this is not a fair that's as fast as Marth. You do actually have to commit a little bit earlier to do it, but it is a very, very good fair nonetheless. Retreating fair can be a bit hard in this game, and it doesn't hit as far as and as safely as Marth's fair, as you see. Like it will whiff a lot of the time. It's possible for sure, but even when you do the short up fair like auto hop command, you don't go that much back, so it's not that good. So it's one of the weaknesses he has relative to Marth, that he's not as good at doing short up fair retreating. If you do short up fair, I will generally advise you to like not do anything after if you hit with it. Like if you do a rising fair, because then you can auto cancel. You don't have to suffer the landing leg, which is shorter, and then you can down tilt. You can also jump again if you see that there's, and you can also, as I said earlier, do it like a side B. And once you master the timing of that, you can do a tiny bit of fast fall at the end to really maximize your speed, so that you don't go through the landing lag, but you're spending as little time as possible in the air. That's not really necessary at low level though. Late fair is generally what you want to use against the ground though, which is just a tiny bit of a delay and then fast falling most of the time. Backer is a bit stronger than fair. It will start killing earlier, and this is one of your biggest edge guard moves. I actually don't know if it turns him around. I believe it does, yeah. So exactly like Marth's, it will turn him around. So yeah, it's one of your absolute best kill moves, and if you hit this this attack off stage, a lot of the time they just straight up die. Like so. Also really, really fast. A little bit less, a little bit more recovery. You can't quite short up, auto cancel it in a short hop. Oh, that's redundant, but well, yeah, you get what I'm saying. But it's still really good on safe, especially if it's shield, if it's spaced. And yeah, definitely one of your best edge guards and kill options. Now upper. Upper is actually one of the reasons why many people think Chrom is better than Roy, because it's a bit harder to start juggles with Roy, because you want to outspace them vertically, right? And Chrom's upper is just really, really good at always setting up. You can do falling upper, which will hit. You can do rising upper on anything that's not short, basically. And this is actually your fastest option out of shield against many characters, because of the nerf to shield grabs, and it will also not put you in as much lag as shield grab, which is a lot of lag. Yeah, basically, definitely your best juggle tool. I generally like to go for like maybe 1 or 2 uppers, see if they try to air dodge, and then maybe punish them with another upper or a back air. And if you do a hard read after an upper juggle, you can also try to hit them with the F smash. Alright, so that segues neatly into the F smash. The F smash is definitely one of the best things about Chrom versus Roy. See, as you can hit this far away, and in this game, because you can run into F smash or dash into F smash, it always is a threat. It's no longer, oh, I have to run up, shield, then F smash. You legitimately can't react to it, and you can, because of its massive range, if he tries to dash in a little bit, I can dash here, and if he steps at all forward, he'll get hit by the F smash. And you can weave in and out like that to maybe bait like a spot touch or a grab. It's also your go-to move when you do hit a parry, so that's really good. It's usually fast enough to punish a lot of moves out of parry. Not safe aerials, but a lot of slightly laggier moves will just get themselves killed by Chrom's parry into F smash. Down smash I haven't found too much use for yet. It's a decent move. It does 15 damage. It's pretty fast, I think, probably around 7-ish. And up smash is a strong upwards killing move. This is generally the only time I would really use this is maybe if I text just on a platform. It has a side hitbox, so you will be able to hit from it not point blank, but it doesn't have as big as a like Morphs did in Brawl, I believe. It is pretty big though, so maybe this is an auto shield option. So his down throw is his combo throw. This will lead to combos for a long time. And generally at high percent, you want to just do an upper. At a bit lower, you can start doing maybe going for a back air or a Nair. Actually, maybe this doesn't work. I think upper generally is the safest bet. Anything like above mid, like maybe low 40s. This also is DI dependent, obviously, but yeah, keep looking out for that. And it's really easy to, even if it doesn't necessarily true combo all the time, to set up juggles from this by doing an upper into fair, then run off once more, and they're just dead a lot of the time. At a little bit lower percent, this is a really good combo starter. You can get a short up Nair like this, and you can do double fair. And you can basically carry them across the entire stage really easily with a down throw starter. Yeah, like so. It's one of the best combo starters at low percent that he has, and although grabs have been nerfed, cross great dash speed, along with his threatening aerials, will let you usually get, like, let's say that as a combo. Obviously, single hit Nair will combo into grab. Jab will like frame trap into Nair, into grab. Down tilt could trip or tech chase into grab. You can punish moves on shield. You can whiff punish with grab. He just has a really like a lot of ways to get grab, and once you do get it, it's a great combo starter and sets up juggles at high percent. Other than that, I think his throws are pretty mediocre. None of them really do too much. You can use forward throw and back throw to set up gimps. That's kind of about it, in my opinion. I don't believe up throw kills until really late. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Back throw is actually really weak. So I would, even if you have your back turned towards the edge, sometimes I wouldn't even use this one. But it can set up nicely at higher percents where they're further the F tilt, for example, or a back air like it just did. And you can like maybe read them jumping. Right, so I think that solves, covers most of his basic moves. Now we're going to go into the thing that I think is the most stupid about him. And if I had to nerf anything, which I'm not calling for, I'm just saying that this is very likely to get nerfed, so use it while you can, is his up B. His up B has a massive hitbox, and although I am missing it now, basically, as long as you hit them close to off stage, you can up B and then go off stage completely. Oh my god, I'm the worst at showing this. And it will spike them, and this move will always kill your opponent first. So whatever your last stock, you can just do this. Down throw into up B, 5 hits. This will combo into jab, or at least trap into jab. And if you notice that don't hit, you can just go back. You can't do this combo as well. It can be a bit hard, and please keep in mind that trainer mode isn't always perfect with how to count combos, but it will very often be a thing that you can actually combo into, or at least pseudo combo, so they always have to look out for it. And if they just air dodge here, you can just jump and do downer like that, for example. Because they're so scared that they will air dodge and you can jump and spike them instead. Yeah, basically this move is really stupid. The fact that it kills the opponent first, and as long as with that he can combo into it really easily, is really stupid. If you're fighting against a Chrom, just be wary of it and try to DI out or in and buffer an air dodge. Usually you can, if they're not hitting the up B really in the very like middle part of it, you can usually DI one way out and air dodge, and they might kill themselves for it. So yeah, I think that's a really stupid option. You can also use this out of shield decently. It does 25 damage, so it's, if you know you can punish with it, like say, wait, can you do up B out of shield? Yeah, you can do reverse, for example. Like they're standing behind you, you can't grab them. You can do up B out of shield instead of going for the slower dare. But yeah, it's a great tool, but if you just look at it as a recovery tool, then maybe it doesn't look that impressive, but it really is amazing. Oh no, it's this guy again.
3, 2, 1,
I should know music.
go!
Oh, I didn't save? Oh no. Ow. Fucking. How is everything so laggy when I know this guy's from Sweden? So sad. Intend the Wi-Fi, Omega Lul. Yeah, I'll turn on the music in a bit, sorry. Just give me until after I die once. Yeah. I should probably talk a bit more about his weaknesses another time. As amazing as Chrom is, he does have a lot of weaknesses, or like rather a few huge ones. But I think the video was already pretty long, so we might do a different video series once people have started playing more top tiers. So quiet. They're running F tilt so good, man. I feel like up smash should kill now. Yeah, up smash is a good auto shield option. Damn. All right, let's try for the combo. No. Oh, too far. Almost fucking died.